Widow maker, anybody? Man, I need to do something about that. Pointing right at the trail. My brother, it's a great, wonderful, beautiful rainy day here in Tennessee. And man, today I bring you guys the Ka-bar Warthog. Yeah! All right, so let's get into some specs real quick. The knife is 12 1/4 long. It does start out at 1/4 of an inch thick, and then it kind of tapers, all right? The grind on it, it's got a really high saber grind, and this top portion, this clip point, is kind of hollow. Now, it is flat, so you'd have to do quite a bit of filing, but you know, I don't think that being hollow is detrimental or anything like that. Black powder coated. They are calling this a thermoplastic resin on the handle, making it slip proof. It's pretty good. It's pretty functional. Tomar's Ka-bars does state that this knife is full tang, which is different than the other Ka-bars that are usually a rat tail. All right, now I'm not going to cut this handle off and try it because I just don't want to do that. I believe it's full tang. You can feel it in the center. It's pretty hard. I'm pretty sure that's a full tang knife. It does have a lanyard hole in the back. The Rockwell hardness on it is 52 to 54, and it's made out of, I've read a couple different things. I've heard 1085 steel, and I've also heard SK5 steel, which is the same steel that the cold steel SRK is made out of in Taiwan. All right, the model number is 1278. It does have this Taiwan stamp on there. I'm not terribly excited about that, but you know what? Hey, man, the SRK is a great knife. It's made in Taiwan, and it looks like we're going to be going to war, and them guys are going to be our allies here soon. Who knows? And then you've got of course, the Ka-bar stamp on the other side. The blade length is 6 3/4, and the overall length again 12 1/4. All right. The sheath is really good. I actually really like the sheath. It's nothing. It's not junk. It's nothing to write home about. But I kind of like the hybrid nylon or Kadura and leather. Man, it's on a dangler. The only thing that I don't like about it is this loop right here is plastic, a plastic leg loop. But I'm not gonna cry and complain about it. I actually really like the sheath. It goes in there. You can get at it at an angle. And so it's got a crossover button here, and then you've also got a handle button here, and you can kind of flip it around the other way if you want to. All right, so I think the sheath and the specs on it are pretty good. I'm really enjoying the knife. It's big, it's heavy hitter. You can choke down on it over here to really slam into some wood and get it. The factory edge is pretty decent. I think that you probably will have to do a little bit of sharpening to it if you really plan on using it a lot and you want to make it super field ready, okay? One thing that I really do like about the Ka-bar Warthog is that it's got this nice thumb choke right here. So you can really stick your thumb on it when you're wanting to do some work, you know? And it's probably about 3 inches, I'm guessing. You know, I'll put some more specs on there about the width of the blade. Just a cool knife. I'm really digging these medium-sized, bigger knives right now. It's kind of, maybe it's the tracker knives that kind of got me onto it, but I really wanted something that I can carry with me everywhere and not stick in a backpack, something that's not too heavy. And this knife is doing a really, really good job at it. The handle is pretty fat, so, but it's non-slip, and it's got this really nice hilt on it, so you can choke up on it like this if you really want to get your swinging on, man, if you really want to get heavy duty. So we haven't put an edge on it yet. This is just how it comes out of the box. Obviously, feathering is a skill set I'm still working on, but y'all can see, I mean, it's making some nice little curls here. Plenty of nice little curls for a bigger blade. All right, so we got a little stubby branch here. Just gonna block this little branch down. Get it out of the way. You know, it ain't got no business being here. Somebody's gonna trip on it one of these days. Biting very well. You know what I like about a chopper? Everybody's always like, oh, you need a little knife. You need a little knife. You can do it with a little knife, man. I don't care about little knives. I care about big knives. I want knives that can do work, you know? And this knife can do some work. Looks like the inside of this might be a little rotten, so it'll make our job that much easier. You can definitely use your beaver chew method if you want to. For me, I'm just gonna do the work. Am I glad I did not take the route I usually do? That way is flooded down there. You guys can't even get a scope of the size of this creek from way up here, but man. If you guys can hear that knot trying to split or not. Obviously you got a little bit of a disadvantage because it's a shorter blade, but this kind of knife is designed for just a big old meaty blade. I'm digging it, man. At first I was like, man, that's kind of an ugly knife, but you know, I kept looking at it. There's I got kind of a growing fascination with shorter, large knives, you know, kind of like what all can I really squeeze into an EDC and really walk around with on my hip that really won't get me in too much, you know, trouble. And I don't know that I care about that here in the great southern sovereign state of Tennessee, but you know, what can I comfortably carry with me everywhere, man? I want a motivator knife, you know, and I kind of came up with this one, man. And you know, this is my first field test on it, but you know, right now it's doing pretty daggone good, man. I've already done a bunch of work today, but I'm just trying to get some stuff ready for the morning, so I ain't gonna do all this right in the morning, man. It's processed all that. So my brothers, I spent 2 solid days in the field with this knife, and I'm pretty pleased with it. For me, this knife had to meet a certain criteria. I wanted a heavy duty chopper that could fit under or around 12 inches. That way I could easily carry it on my hip and not be getting knee slapped, not have it too awkward, okay? If you're wanting just a heavy duty chopper though, that doesn't need to meet that criteria, this is the Marine Corps Raider buoy here on the bottom, made by Ontario. The Ka-bar is made by the famous Ka-bar company, but made in Taiwan. The Ontario knife, the Marine Raider buoy, is actually made here in America, and they now make the Marine Corps bayonet for the United States Marine Corps. So something to think about from a $65 price point. Ask yourself, what are you really going to be doing with the knife, and what's important to you? Brothers, there's a lot of evil in this world, man. You guys know it. We see it every day. We see it in our schools. We see it on TV. We see it all around the world. And it seems like that there is no justice for this evil. And it's really hard. Sometimes you really just want to get out there and handle things yourself. Maybe some injustice that's been done to you. But brothers, it's really important to remember that we have a different mission here on earth. Our job is to love. Our job is to protect. Our job is to help our fellow man. We have a just God who will take care of everything. Arise, Lord, in your anger. Rise up against the rage of my enemies. Awake, my God, and decree justice. My shield is God Most High, who saves the upright in heart. God is a righteous judge, a God who displays his wrath every day. Whoever digs a hole and scoops it out falls into the pit they have made, and their violence comes down on their own heads. Guys, do the right thing. Look out for you. Look out for your fellow man, and keep this in mind, man. He's just. He's going to take care of it. That's not our purpose. Our purpose is to not get revenge. It's not to find justice. That's all on him, man. Live your life the best that y'all can, man. Thank y'all.